Good morning and a very, very warm welcome on this satisfying Saturday. It's begun with so much of contentment and satisfaction. I cannot tell you, I can't even express enough. So, I've had some beautiful breakthroughs, and before we go into fixed it programming, I want to share them with you. So, yes, on the 10th of May, that's Monday at 6:30 a.m., every single day, I'm going to be hosting a session on Magic Book. And I'm really looking forward because I just know that's going to be in English, very crisp, very short, quick reading, quick explanation, and I have a feeling I want to introduce this to your families. So your children, I know they have no time for drama, so it's going to be very, very generic about all ages. So I really hope that our children can learn this. So thank you so much for that. I mean, if you want to join, great, good enough. Otherwise, recording will be there; it will be uploaded. Of course, I'm looking for a reader, and I really, really hope Shweta or somebody who's like fluent in English can just join up. One person, one reader for 30 days, if possible. I want that harmony. One person reads, one person translates. There will be no exchange of topic, nothing happening. It'll just be a crisp session. You can be just a passive listener. Of course, comment box can be on. I can pick up the comments and use them as part of my reflections in the session. So that's something I want to really announce because the new series is starting and we don't have time to do magic in detail, but we will do the practices like we did in Transformation 1. But if somebody has time, they can listen to the half an hour session whenever they have time. So they are going to be pretty much updated. They don't have to really invest time in reading because I believe there are men and women who go to work and they can't always invest half an hour of reading. So this would be like a podcast on YouTube, whatever whoever wants to do. Second thing, I thank you all so much, so much, so much, especially Kuldeep ji. Kuldeep ji, your beautiful letter on the group in the yellow font touched me so much that I have no words for it. Thank you for rolling the ball for all of us. And thank you for awakening me. I was being a little thing about not moving on from batch one to batch two because I felt that, they have already got empowered. But if you feel at your age, at your experiential level that, people may get lagging behind. So, yes, I've got two options. One is I've already announced you will have an access to one particular email ID. One of you has to host. It's going to be on the house. So you just have to log in and have a session. You already have the series of YouTube, the live transformation series one. The registered participants have it. So all you have to do is replay that. So that way you're revising every single thing together. Alternatively, whoever is forming the parallel group of, the Sangha one, you can start with one books each. We can share all the PDFs of all the books. Sessions are there online. So if you believe in sessions, my energy, then I will anyways be there. You can just be passive listeners. So that's one thing that I would actually request most of us to do. Alternatively, there are people who are calling me up that they really wish to be part of series two. So who am I to stop? I'm no one to stop. So if you really have to come on series two, come for it. And that's something I want to thank Monish and Radhika for. Of course, Kuldeep ji has been the champion in that. So thank you, Radhika and Monish, for telling me that, let it flow. So I'm just flowing with how it is. So yes, and for the other thing for the series two, I am looking at ultimately, not right now, ultimately looking at transforming one-to-one families, which means minimum a couple later. So right now, Elona and Salish may have given the registration separately, but I treat them as one because I see the synergy together on the screen every single day as one couple. The advantage they have is if Salish travels or Elona travels, they can have their separate screens. That's the only advantage they have. Otherwise, they will be one for me. So, oh my God, Kuldeep ji, you know my psyche, huh? Yellow color, he's so smart, perfect businessman. He sold his idea so well using the yellow color in the font, knowing I'll flip. So yes, I did flip Kuldeep ji for that idea. So thank you so much. And I truly believe that we are pillars of this one-to-one Sangha. It's just the beginning. And there must have been a reason why I chose you and you chose me. There must have been a reason why we fell in love with each other. We had never met ever before. I just know Shweta, I met her before thanks to Ladies Circle, and Puneet Bansal I met thanks to Roundtable. I don't think I know any one of you who's ever been a part of my life, ever in my life, but I feel I know you. Why? Because I see you. So, to all the people that have refused you for the second series, I refused you because of your very, very lack of commitment. Your assignments weren't on time. I allowed a 25% layoff because I know that it takes time to build in. But to the others whose cameras are forever off, who are backbenchers, I'm sorry. We click screenshots, we've discussed this before. Our team is clicking screenshots at the beginning of the session, in the middle, and at the end. So we know who are the backbenchers, who are switching off the cameras, switching on, switching off. We know every single thing. So that's the reason why, if you don't, my first thing in the registration form was, if you missed more than 5 live sessions, you may be taken off the series. Of course, we didn't do that, but I did believe in that energy. And I also mentioned very categorically, do you agree to have your cameras on? Only if you agree to have your cameras on should you be coming in and paying your 3121. Yet you guys went ahead, paid up, and then you come up with all possible excuses that, this is my this time, this is my that time, I can't. So for me, that is zero time. Why? Because you're not sitting up front. You could be lying down, you could be multitasking, and that doesn't work for me. So if you're strolling in the morning and listening to me, I'm okay with that. Trust me, I'm okay with that, because I truly believe in walking and talking meditation. Like when I walk for an hour, I meditate that time. I listen to my meditation music, my own meditation made by people. That's my meditation time. So I'm able to meditate, and I know it's fine to walk and to hear. That's absolutely fine. But if you're walking with your husband or your wife and then listening to me, it doesn't work. Which means you're talking to him also and you're listening to me also. That becomes multitasking. So yes, kids at your place, pile, okay, fine. I don't want to say that, because who am I to stop? And you are not in India. So, okay, for people who are not in India, I understand your timeline. But people who are in India, I don't understand. Okay, Ankita, you're a young mom. I understand you, and you've been very diligent. So, I don't talk about people who have been exceptional. Ankita, you have had your camera on 85-90% times. So it's all right. Initially, you want so much of the course, but I also see how a person is evolving. So that's fine. Kuldeep ji, I know about your camera. Your camera is pretty much on. So for me, these things are very important. Yet, if you confirm with integrity that, I am okay with these things in the next series, my cameras will be on, please welcome aboard. I'm no one to stop your journey into growing. And I just know that this journey is getting better and better and better. These next 4 books, I've been going through them now. So the first time, it's very beautiful when I tell you, all of you, how this course unfolded. My mother was telling me she was going through my first course. She's joining the next batch. So she was giving her orientation and knowing what's coming her way. So she's like, Prachi, तुमने first book में कहा था कि अभी तो 4 books हैं, अब हम 5 पेज हो जाते हैं. Oh wow, 5वीं book कर लेते हैं. And you evolved that time only to 7. Prachi, so spontaneous. I'm like, Mom, cosmic energy, it's not me who planned. And ultimately they become 9. Okay, for the 10th book, I really, really, really want to do that Heal Your Body book. It's a very short book. It will not take more than 45 minutes, but we may have to expedite our speed, or we may have to take a little longer session. Tell me what works for you, because at the moment we are now on the timeline. Today we mark off 5 days of program left. So let's speed it up a bit. If people have any worries about anything, you just let me know so that I can answer that. We can work on that. And meditation, we can probably avoid for the next 5 days. Maybe we do a quick end meditation of blessing the world and our families, not doing a full scanning. So that will save 10 more minutes that. Shelly, okay with the longer session? Thank you so much. But 6:30, I want to log into my new magic session from 10th. So even I'm on the timeline. So 6:21 is my time. So I want to log off at 6:21, keeping other things in mind. So right now we're reading 2 books, and the heart thought comes to us as a blessing. So anyways, we're not reading too much in detail. So that's quick. Now I want to introduce the book Heal Your Body. Let's do that, and let's in the last 2-3 days. So all right, ma'am, let's go for picture programming. Quickly, we'll do it. Ma'am, make it a little faster today. You can stop it a little faster, because now we all accelerated and get up for the next batch in this one. Yes, yes, yes. You all are winners. Chain the leg. really want to thank Ayushi. Firstly, thank you for introducing me to your Guruji. I hope I'll be his Shishya soon. I've done 20 days of Kriya meditation without fault, and I've been guided by Shobhaji to continue that for next 21 days to become. So she's gifted me this book, okay? And she told me that, I'm a light worker. And I was like, what is a light worker? And then she sent me this book and I read through it. So it took me time, but this book is a beautiful revelation for me. And now I truly believe what Ayushi says, that I am a light worker. So thank you, Ayushi, for this incredible news. I truly believe that Nitya Shanti and Rhonda Byrne and Louis Hay have been the triple one, people who've enlightened the world. So I really think that all that is happening in place and is working. So Ayushi, thank you for this beautiful gift. All right, without further ado, let's go for our summary. Reena, please read for us. Chapter 11, Summary of the World, All is Well in My Life. So yes, please go for it. Ankita shared the picture on the group. It's a beautiful book, very deep. Spiritual ones can definitely invest in this book. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Good morning.
Reena, yes, Reena.
Yeah, the world, yeah, the world as we believe it to be, solid and concrete, out there existing separately from us. The only reality is an illusion.
So we know this, right? Everything is an illusion. What we are creating is what we are seeing. Whether it's solid, whether it's concrete, whether it's superfluous. If you're separating yourself from it, then it's superfluous. If you're creating it, whatever your reality illusion is all about your perception. So I hope you understand this by now. Let's go further. Whoever doesn't understand, please use chat. I'm happy to translate.
At its deepest level, the entire physical structure of our world and everything in it is nothing more than empty space.
Yeah, please go.
Yeah.
Empty space is what it is. Anybody has any issues, we'll talk about it. Basically, it's very simple. The more you deeply sink in yourself, in your inner being, how are you made? What is the structure of the world? Either it's nothing or it's everything or it's empty space. How do you want to perceive it? Ultimately, universe is nothingness and yet it's oneness. So how do you see it? Depends completely upon you. Good morning, Anjuji. Yes, let's go for matter is
Yeah.
mind.
Matter is mind, everything appearing as solid and material. Our whole physical world and universe is actually images projected by the mind.
So again, now matter is mind. Our mind is beautiful. If you want in your mind, you keep creating one story again and again and again, which I keep calling fake it till you make it. You keep acting it out. Practice makes a man perfect. The minute you keep practicing it, whatever is an illusion, whatever is appearing to be, you're feeling it already. The same thing will happen in the physical world. It will actually get projected. So that will become true. So what you're doing is going to happen. Let's go further.
The contents of your dream and your experience of the dream are entirely mind made, just as your experience of the world when you're awake takes place entirely in your mind.
So again, whatever we're thinking in our life, they are whatever we're dreaming is different. When you're dreaming, subconscious mind is playing. When you're awake, the conscious mind is playing. So, and this time, whatever you're creating is mind made, the conscious mind made. So, whatever you want, you can really work on it, play with it, and you can keep reminding yourself: Am I aware? Am I awake? Am I conscious? That way. So, conscious is called the conscious mind, which is thinking analytical mind. But subconscious mind is a true mind, which is the nature of what is the true nature of subconscious mind? What are the qualities of subconscious mind? I want to know from people. Use the chat box. So, what are the qualities of subconscious mind, which I have to keep asking myself, am I aware? Yes. Am I aware in my love? Am I aware that I'm peace? Am I aware that I'm happy, that peaceful, absolutely joyful? Very good. Thank you so much. Let's read the next one.
The power that can turn thoughts into an apparent universe is infinite against the only power there is.
So it's very clear. The universe is infinite power. The universe is infinite awareness. The universe is infinite wisdom. And the same part is in your subconscious mind, which is 90% of your being. So the power lies there. That is it. Now, whatever power you're changing to choose, you're using that subconscious power, or you're getting law of attraction power, you're inviting in your conscious life and making it reality. Now, that's the real power. So use that power, harness that power which is within you. There is no need to have a coach, a mentor, a philosopher, a guide, yes, to steer you clear. So now I am looking to be the student of, Anupji. I am hoping to be his disciple, or, his follower, whatever, because I know he's channeling me more into wisdom, because I may not know a part of the world and I don't know so much. He's going to just take me there. So it is important to have somebody, but understand the ultimate solution is lies within you. You are the diamond that needs to shine bright. You are the diamond that's right now lacking luster because you've got debris on it. So if a women and men who wear diamonds, if you go in dust area or something, it loses its sparkle, right? You have to wash it with your water and hands, or with some soap water, to make it again shine. So that is what is a job of all the mentors, gurus, coaches, and even my job. That is it. Ultimately, their goal is to uplift our soul. So let's understand that. And the universe has given that to us in abundance. 90% of us is that. So go tap in it. Harness the force of love, harness the force of power. That is important. Let's go for the next one.
The universe came out of consciousness and consciousness, which is infinite. It is the very foundation and underlying substance of our universe and everything in it.
So, what is consciousness? Us being aware of the oneness, the synergy. We are conscious that we are love, that we are joy, that we are peace. Basically, love. Love has everything else. First is love, then under that comes joy, peace, happiness. They are just byproducts. So the entire thing is the universe was made with consciousness and it's infinite. And that's our foundation, because 90% of that is in us. It's the underlying substance of our universe, everything in it. If you're conscious, you don't get too attached to your worldly drama. Yes, you want drama. You want, and great, you are human. We are human beings right now. So remember one thing. We are spiritual beings, all of us. Remember, we have a spirit, right? This spirit has traversed from a plant kingdom to an animal kingdom, now to a human kingdom. So now we as human beings are a part of the universe. So obviously, we have physical desires and we should have abundance of it. But always remember, desires are great, but surrendering them, realizing that ultimately it's all consciousness, is the most important tool. That's why we surrender every single month. Surrendering our ego, surrendering ourselves, complete surrender. Page 198. Okay, the universe is mental, the world and universe is mental concoction. Yeah, the universe is mental. You have made it up, right? You are seeing something. Is it true? Is it not? It's human made. Have you ever gone and seen what is the universe? Have you ever gone and seen the scriptures, or the Ram or Sita or Allah or Jesus? It's all human made. Universe was one. There was no religion. Human beings made it. It's a concoction of the world. Who the world means who? The living beings. And what we are doing is just listening to them from years and years and years and believing that this is how we are. If I'm born a Jew, I become a Jew. If I'm born in Muslim, I become an Islam follower. If I am born in Jain family, I become a Jain. If I'm born in a Buddhist family, I become a Buddhist. So what is it? The universe is mental. We are just to look up. Ultimately, what should we understand? The universe is sheer energy, and the energy gives me strength to create what I want. So if I stop myself from this drama of the world, then I am a free being. Then I'm a spiritual being. I hope, Anjuji, I'm clear. Otherwise, let's talk about this. It's very simple. The universe is definitely mental because we have made it. It's all mentally imagined. We are hearing this one consciousness, right? Have we experienced it? Not very many of have experienced. So that's how it is. Yes, let's go further.
The world, the universe, and everything in it, including your body, are in awareness. They are all sitting in and on awareness.
Yeah. So again, everything is awareness. If you're aware, the world is yours. If you're aware, the body that you love so much will automatically drop the weight because you will stop fearing. So, what is weight? I keep saying that again and again and again. Protection layer. Because you fear something, you've just taken the fear and you've used it as protection layer. The minute you're aware that what is there for me to be fearing? Today, if I want to die, does it matter to me? Really, if you ask me, Prachi, you're 43, you're going to be 43 in 10 days. Does it matter to you if you die? No, it doesn't matter to me. I've done my bit. I've made my girls, I've empowered them, I've made them cash rich, I've made them property rich, I've made them academically rich, spiritually rich. I've made them rich. I've given the best to my husband for 21 years, best to my families from both sides, to my, loved ones. So there's nothing. Tomorrow, today, if somebody to say, Prachi, today is the last day of your life, wow, how wonderful. Thank you for the blessings. So if I have no fear, why should I anything think about it? Yeah, I do want to live 100 years because I think there's so much more I want to do. But today it says the chapter is closed. Fine, I had a beautiful chapter. That's why yesterday when Neha shared this on Facebook about that woman who passed away and everything that she's you sacrificed so much. I keep telling my women friends and my men friends, don't be a sacrificial lamb. Your sacrifices will not be ever remembered by your new generations. You give yourself the gift of enlightenment, give yourself the gift of traveling, of love. Stop sacrificing so much. Once you love your life, you do something for yourself, you'll automatically be a better giver. But the person who's giving, keeping ourselves inside, will never be able to grow. You've got to be in love with yourself and your life. So very important to understand that. Yeah, let's go further.
While we remain attached to our own beliefs and the belief that we are separate individuals, the world will never be at peace. Billions of egos will always create strife.
Exactly. Now, why do all of us feel one family? Have we ever met each other? No. But we feel the oneness. Why? Same wavelength, same bandwidth. We talk the same language. And nobody's here to judge. We all fall down. And I'm very open to talk about my failures. Why not? So what? Who's judging? When there's oneness, it's going to be amazing. So right now we're starting with each other being one, right? Ultimately, the goal is that Radhika has a bundle of oneness with like a million people. Pratima ji has a oneness with a million of people. And then that's how we go to trillions. We become the channels, right? We start feeling the oneness. We stop thinking that I am this culture, I'm that religion, I am this caste, I'm that sect, I'm that sex. No, we stop it. We are ultimately one. We may be individuals, yes. So, very beautifully in this beautiful book they give by Ayush, Incredibly Believable, The Shift, it says, and I just felt something like, in that book, that, we've heard this as a gazillion times. We are the drop in the ocean and the ocean is in us, right? We've heard that from Rumi so many times. So I believe that we all are these beautiful diamond drops. Wherever we go, we just share a light. That's why something in the last few days is coming to me again and again and again and again. Share your light, shine bright, bright now, bright here. It just came up. Why? And this book says that ultimately we are moving from our bodies to a crystal body. Everything will be crystallized there. So diamonds are crystals. They shine bright. So maybe that's the reason. So, when I had this yesterday, when I read this book, I was like blown away. And I told myself, I booked myself a car. I remember I told you the first car that I'm ever buying, thanks to permission of my family. So the car hasn't been launched by Mercedes yet, but I'm in love with the car already. So it was supposed to get launched on 29th of April, got stalled. I've anyways paid up for it, but I can't gift that to myself on my birthday. My birthday is in 10 days from now. So now, last night when I read this book, I said, you know what? People have been saying, Prachi, you have a heart of gold. But no, I don't have a heart of gold. I have a heart of diamond. I have a diamond heart. So I said, okay, then I wear two diamonds in my ears, which I happily had to take out because I thought my ears were getting in the way. So I bought myself new small diamonds too, but I said, no, I want to go back to my hearts. So then I said, okay, let me give myself 10 days bache birthday mein. Let me give myself a 10-carat diamond. And I'm sure the universe will bring that diamond to me somehow or the other. I only have a crore now because that's the money I've saved because I haven't shopped in 1.5 years. I haven't traveled in 1.5 years. I haven't spent any money. So all the money that I spend on my education, everything has been saved. I said, okay, this money I will invest myself in the diamond heart. So why? So again, if we have oneness with the world now, I think I'm a crystal. I think I'm a diamond, and I'm here meant to do some purpose of taking my friends along and all of us growing, all of us evolving. So then there's oneness, right? We're aware that we are one. Then there's nothing like if Rajni doesn't get her, thing, then I'm like, I'm not bothered. Why am I bothered? If her dreams are coming true, I make myself happy. Yes, her dreams have come true because it's oneness. If Nisha says, she's evolved and she's got this, she's got that, makes me happy. So thank you for your testimonials. I am in love with them. And each time I hear them, I'm like, thank God people are reflecting, they're sharing. Thank you, Ankita, for a beautiful poem yesterday. The poem was beautiful just from your heart. And I loved it. And thank you for putting the words into, a thing. Raviji, you've done such a beautiful testimonial. I would love to hear it in you in words, maybe today on the screen, maybe tomorrow. You are the only man or the person in this group who said very honestly that he had problems, he had stumbling initially. And I'm like, he's my man because he's nailed it. He's said openly it was challenge. Yes. And that's what I love. So Raviji, thank you to you for sharing. I don't know if you're here. I haven't seen you yet, but I think a worded testimonial will be beautiful because I truly believe अब हम सब पढ़ने की दुनिया में आ गए हैं. But a lot of us, okay, I can see you. Thank you so much. So I think now we all read. I've been a reader, avid reader ever since. But now when we hear, no, it's so much more beautiful. So thank you, Raviji. If you can put those beautiful, gorgeous obstacles that you had, the stumbles that you failed, and then how you picked yourself up with your core circle, your Sangha, that would be very profound. So please share those beautiful, pearls of wisdom with all of us in your spoken thing. I'm happy to record. All right, let's go next level, please.
Your freedom from any suffering doesn't depend on the world coming to peace. It depends on your seeing that you have mistaken yourself for only a person, and on your experiencing yourself as the one and only infinite being.
So, am I infinite? I'm asking a question. Am I infinite?
Yes.
Or am I finite? I'm infinite, right? I've had so many lives as an Islamic woman, as a Jewish woman, as a Catholic woman, as a Hindu woman, as a Buddhist, as whatever I've seen in my past relations. I'm infinite. So now, if I'll get myself sucked up in this world of Prachi Agarwal, then I'm gone, right? Who's Prachi? As Neha says, rays of the sun. Okay, I'm meant to enlighten. My Buddhist monk told me that, Prachi means enlightenment. So, yes, enlightenment is my path. I'm getting enlightened. So, people say very selfless of very selfish of me. I get disciplined for 1 hour, 20 minutes every one mornings with my Sangha. I'm a co seeker. So, why not? So, yes, be free from your suffering of your lives. Don't depend upon what this person will do. If there will be peace in the world, if there will be no corruption, I'll be happier. If this happens, I'll be happier. Don't mistake yourself for just this being. And that's why I keep harping upon this fact. Please give me the gift of one past life regression. One Sunday, I will meet all of you and talk about your past life regressions. Very important. We'll even call Vasudha Bajoria. You have to understand your soul world. You have to experience what life you've been. And believe you me, I've done 19 of now 20 of them. You never are stuck there ever. Your conscious mind knows you, Prachi Agarwal, where you are. Subconscious mind travels. It'll help you understand your mind so much more beautifully. It'll help you understand your life's purpose. You'll understand what your soul wants from you. The messages will come to you loud and clear. So please PRR कर लो. Online session है, payment भी नहीं करनी, 5,000 लगता है session का, ये free मिला हुआ है. Do it, yeah. Just do it. All right. Let's do the next step. Let's do it.
Awareness says yes to absolutely everything. Awareness allows for the freedom of everything to be the way it is, because the world and everything in it is awareness, its own self.
Yes. So awareness is very clear. I'm a yes person. And that's how it is. It allows every single thing to come, whatever you want. Just be aware that, I am aware. That's it. I will share love, Raviji. Today I will make Amrita broadcast it. No matter how, okay, please read.
No matter how things appear in the world, all is always well.
Yes. No matter how it is. You're losing people, left, right, and center, you're hearing deaths. Now I'm applauding the deaths. I told you very, very frankly. One of my so thank you so much, Muskan, Train the Book to Power. So one of my spiritual masters told me that people who are dying are very lucky. They will be born in the Satyog. So bless them. So it's okay. Whoever is not now, when Ayushi's book, when I read, I'm realizing about we're in third dimension, fourth. इतना कुछ आ रहा है overhead transmission शुरू में मुझे लगा, but it's so beautiful because I'm a believer. So yes, so much is coming our way, guys. Just wake up. Let's wake up. Maybe that's the reason why we come together as a Sangha. So fantastic. More power to us. Today we will talk about the power in relationships yet again. Yesterday we began on this journey. And today let's understand love means freedom. Love is the only element in the world that you and me have to become ambassadors of. Let's become the harbingers of love. Let's understand that love is the only thing and love will set us free. Now, what does this mean? Let's read it.
Love means freedom. Now, here is the tricky bit with giving love in relationships, and it's the only one thing that has prevented many from receiving the life they deserve. It's only tricky because people have misunderstood what it means to give love to others. To be very clear about what it means to give love to others, you need to understand what it means not to give love to others.
Yeah, I think it's very clear. It's very simple English. Just read it. If somebody has a question, they put on the chat box. It's very beautifully read. Yes.
Trying to change another person is not giving love. Thinking you know what is best for another person is not giving love. Thinking you are right and another person is wrong is not giving love. Criticizing, blaming, complaining, nagging, or finding faults with another person is not giving love.
And this is my request to all of you for intertwining this with your parents, with your children, with your counterparts, and especially with your loved ones. Don't try to change them. Don't think you are the Gyan Mata, Gyan Pita. Accept them, embrace them for who they are. Stop finding blame games. Just do the glad game. All of us have done magic book. Do the glad game. Just keep complimenting, seeing the best things in them. Forget the blame game. Just forget it. Love is freedom. That's what we have to see. We embraced love. Now, Gautam Buddha, who I love, said something. Hate is not conquered by hate. Hate is conquered by love. This is a law which is eternal. How wonderful. Now let's read the story which Rhonda Boni is sharing with us. So please go for it.
Yeah, I want to share a story I received that demonstrates the care we must take in our relationships. A man's wife had left him and had taken their children with her. The man was devastated. He blamed his wife and he refused to accept her decision. He continued to contact her, determined to do everything he could do to change her mind. He may have thought he was acting out of love for his wife and family, but his actions were not loving. He blamed his wife for their
Marriage ending.
marriage ending. He believed that she was wrong and he was right. He refused to accept his wife's decision to choose for herself because he would not stop contacting his wife. He was arrested and sentenced to jail.
Okay, and this point I just want to say, let go. Even in relationships, don't hold it too tight. वो फांसी के फंदे की तरह हो जाता है, like loose noose neck. You'll strangulate the relationship and you have to give space. Let go. If it's meant to be yours, it'll come back to me. Otherwise, it was never meant to be yours. Accept it. Stop being so thing. My child, my parents, my partner, my friend. Stop it. Stop strangulating people. Stop thinking you're the right person. Let's move on.
The man eventually realized that he was not giving love when he denied his wife her freedom to choose what she wanted, and that he lost his freedom as a result. The law of attraction is the law of love, and you cannot break it. If you violate it, you break yourself.
Yeah, please read further.
Yeah, I am sharing the story because the ending of intimate relationships is very challenging for some people. You cannot deny someone else's right to choose what they want because that is not giving. It is a better pill to swallow when your heart is breaking, but you must respect everyone's freedom and the right to choose. What you give to another person, you receive yourself. And when you deny another person's freedom to choose, you will attract negative things that deny your own freedom. Maybe the flow of money to you decreases, or your health weakens, or your job takes a downturn, because all of these things will affect your freedom. There is no other person for the law of attraction. What you give out to others, you give it to yourself.
We've done this a gazillion times. I hope we are very, very clear about this. I'm not going to elaborate on this, but remember one thing. What you give out to others, you give to yourself. So don't say I'm doing it for the others. No, you're being selfish and doing it for yourself. It's not for others, it's for you. It's always me. So yesterday, even Shalu sent a picture. No, it's not about the other person. It's never about the other person ever. It's always about you. All right, let's go further.
Giving love to other people does not mean you let people walk all over you or abuse you in any way, because that's not giving love either. Allowing another person to use doesn't help that person, and it surely doesn't help. Love is tough, and we learn and grow through its law. And as part of that learning, we experience consequences. So it is not love to allow another person to use or abuse you. The answer is get yourself onto the highest frequency of good feelings that you can, and the force of love will resolve the situation for you.
Again, I'll give you yesterday's example. So I checked with Sanjay sir that 100 people, can the session have 500 people? So obviously Sanjay sir's English is not as good as ours, which is very acceptable. So fair enough. So I said how he wrote is what I thought that it's 100 people. For him, it meant it depends upon the ID. For me, there was no ID. He'd given me an ID. So obviously I'm thinking that. Now, with that, yesterday's prayer meeting happened. I made the flyer, I made the entire sequence, I helped them make the videos, I told them what to speak and how to speak and who to do. Spotlight, everything. I guided my bachas, my friends, besties, as children, three of them from different parts of the world, and we planned it. Of course, she asked me, I said, please, why don't you, uncle was a magnanimous man, open the better to everyone, let people come over. And she invited extended invitation because of my behest to a lot of people. And ultimately, last minute, 100 people and blocked. Nobody more can enter. She hit a paranoid button. She called me up. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I'm calling him Sanjay sir. He's busy in a session with the evening session. Obviously can't respond. I'm calling up Amrita ma'am. Ultimately, long and short of it is we could not pay. I said, please pay 4,000 bucks more and let's process. I don't care for the money. Just make it 500 people. We even talked about Akhilesh sir came and paid up. He was trying to process the payment, but it doesn't switch over so fast. It's not magic, unfortunately. So then I told her husband, I said, Ruchi's getting paranoid. Tell her to relax. She's saying, can I cancel the Uthavni? I said, no, don't cancel. It's a prayer meeting. Let it go on. And ultimately, I just told her, Shant, relax, rockstar. It's your uncle's memory. Just do it. She didn't understand, but she was in a very switched off mind. DJ Badme told me the session was beautiful. His mother-in-law really appreciated it. Ruchi, of course, hasn't called me up, but she's my soul sister. So it's okay, she'll call me up. Now, I could have definitely dipped, because of me, it's happened. Whatever. I did feel bad that, she's lost her face because of me, my stupidity. I asked Sanjay sir, but Sanjay sir did not give me the right information. So I said, I tried my best. My intentions were great. Love is tough, and we learn and grow through its law. And as part of that learning, we experience consequences. So I did have the consequence. But rather than dipping low, I said, what do I do? So that I'm in a high frequency zone. I did what I love best. Go to my kitchen. And then, we have two kitchens. So one is for the only, the fancy stuff. And that's where I went, took out my, things. I put on my AirPods, put on my spiritual music, and I started baking. And the cake came out so beautiful. Then I was like, okay, let my family enjoy the cake. So ultimately, I ensured that my frequency is on a higher level. So please feel good. Don't let it dip down. Shit will happen in life if required, but you'll understand how to handle it. Why? Because of so force of love will resolve the situation for you. Ultimately, it'll get resolved. Now, a mathematician, a philosopher was René Descartes. He was, I don't even know about him, Descartes. He said, whenever anyone has offended me, I try to raise my soul so high that the offense cannot reach it. So it's in your karma, how much, it's in your attitude, how high you take the frequency. Look, your soul is all about love. You have lack of love, so you have fear, so you have worry, anxiety, stress. So don't have that lack. You be in your optimum best. I'm not saying have abundance of it. At least be in the tipping point. No, tipping point ke upar raho. For that, whatever effort you want to do, even that 0.05% tipping point to dip down the thing matters. So just stay above in the frequency line, whatever you want to do, so that anything negative and never get boiled. How dare you say this to me? No, no, understand, relax. The person is coming from some place, is taking out the frustration on you. It's fine. It's just fine. Let's talk about secret to relationship. It's very beautiful. And please read it.
Life presents everything to you so that you can choose what you love. And part of the gift of life is that you are given all kinds of people. So you can choose what you love in those people and turn away from what you don't love. You are not meant to manufacture love for qualities in a person you don't love, but simply to turn away without giving them any feeling.
How do you turn away without any feelings? Remember in the greatest secret, welcoming. When somebody is saying something untowards towards you, some negative feeling is coming, all you have to do is turn away by welcoming it. Don't avoid it. Whatever you're avoiding or focusing expands. So welcome it, and then it will fade away. Let's read next.
Turning away from what you don't love in someone means you've relaxed about it and you know life is giving you a choice. It doesn't mean that you argue with them to prove they are wrong, or you criticize or blame them, or that you want to change them because you think you are right. Because if you do any of these things, you are not giving love big time.
Yeah, so we have to give a lot of love, big time. Yes, let's turn. Your own soul is nourished when you're kind, and it destroys when you're cruel. So stop being cruel. If you have been, it's okay. It's the past. Said this is said by King Solomon, and there's so many stories about King Solomon. Beautiful, soul-enhancing stories. He was a biblical king of Israel, and about him there's so much. Such a profound man. So much of learning. Let's read further.
When you are on a feeling frequency of love, then only people who are on the same feeling frequency as you are can come into your life.
Ultimately, this will happen. Right now, you're amidst hundreds of people. Later on, when you're in a high frequency, you'll attract your own vibe people. That's what Nitya says, vibe of the same tribe. So ultimately your vibe people will come in your life. That's what's going to become your circle. So your spiritual beings are going to become your circle. Maybe the one-to-one sangha is just a beginning. And that's how you start attracting people in your life. Let's go further.
You know, some days you feel really happy, some days you feel irritated, and others you feel sad. You can be many different versions of yourself. A person in a relationship with you can also be many versions, including happy, irritated, or sad. No doubt you will have seen them being many different versions, but every version is still that person. When you're happy, then only the happy version of the other people can come into your life. But you have to be happy and receive the happy versions of other people.
Yeah, very clear.
It doesn't mean you are responsible for other people's happiness because everyone is responsible for their own lives and happiness. What it means is there's nothing else for you to do but to feel happy for yourself, and the law of attraction will do the rest.
Please understand this loud and clear. Stop becoming the sacrificial people. Just feel happy, feel in love, law of attraction will do the rest. You're not the my bap of everyone to make everyone happy. Feel happy, they'll all get happy. Happiness depends upon ourselves, says Aristotle, a Greek philosopher, and we've really heard about him and his sayings. Such profound sharings are being done by such amazing people. Now, please remember this chapter on PETs, pets, you can call them PETs, is beautiful. Who are they? They're personal emotional trainers. So they will take you up to the edge and make you feel really, really, really sad and shitty about yourself. They're here for a purpose. They're actually angels. So people who frustrate you and drive you nuts are your PETs. Let's read about them.
One way to take the sting out of confrontational or difficult relationships is to imagine people as your own personal emotional trainers. The force of love presents you with a whole array of personal emotional trainers disguised as everyday people, but they are all training you to choose love. Some people may be soft personal emotional trainers because they don't push you very hard and they're so easy to love. Some people may be tough personal emotional trainers because they push you to your limits, as some personal physical trainers do. But they are the ones who are making you stronger to choose love no matter what. Personal emotional trainers can use all kinds of situations and tactics to challenge you. But the one thing to remember is that every challenge is presented to you will choose love and turn away from negativity and blame. Some trainers may challenge you to judge them or others, but don't fall for that trap. Judgment is negative and it's not giving love. So if you can't love the good in someone or something, simply turn away.
Today, I'll give you a story of my life. So, I had the gift of cancer in 2008. Fantastic. Everything was great. These beautiful books came in my life, Secret and, whatever. Fantastic. 2010, I joined Giri Circle, which was again a manifestation. And I traveled the world. And within 5 years, I became the president, which is unheard of in a 52-year-old organization. So fine, I did it all. But now when I joined and I kept climbing the ladder and I became a vice president. Before I became a vice president, there were elections. I lost the first election. I was a 3-year-old circler and the other member was 13 years old. And she was from South of India, which is very strong circling center. People said 3 years versus 13 years. Even though she's done so much in 3 years, you have to give the senior a chance. And the very headboard, like we have a pyramid. So people on the top, 6 of them. 5 of them with me were my PETs. They were the toughest PETs I've ever met. So much so, in 2016 October, my body got cancer threat again. I went through a checkup and said, "You may have cancer again." Now I became, even because why resentment was, I was holding it again, right? I've gone through the entire thing, yet I'm holding it on. You know what? I almost committed suicide. I went to, there's a place in Delhi on outskirts called Suraj Kund. There are very high buildings there. My brother used to have an apartment there, and still parents live there. So I went there, a building in construction. I climbed up to, I think, 24th, 25th floor with the Buddha Babaji because वो बन रही थी building, saying कि मुझे खरीदनी है पूरी. Of course, with my car that I got done and I looked like a good buyer. So they allowed me to go all the way up. I said, नहीं मुझे तो अभी खरीदनी है. They allowed me to go up. I was about to jump off. Then I realized कि नहीं यार बेचारा बुड्ढा है, इसकी जॉब चली जाएगी, मेरे बच्चों को क्या होगा, मेरे हस्बैंड को क्या होगा. And for what am I jumping? For women who don't even matter? Are they so important? My family is so beautiful. And you know, when I left my house, I left gratitude jars for everyone. My mother-in-law, all my loved ones. You know, be grateful in life, be grateful in life, be grateful in life. And Mama calls me, "तुम क्या करने गई हो? तुम्हारी टेबल पे भरा हुआ है सामान. What are you doing? आ जाओ बेटा, वापस आ जाओ." I said, "Mama, मैं नहीं आ रही." She's like, "Please, beta, please." And she was doing a part and everything. Because of Mama's prayers, I said, my parents lived in Bhavnagar. I didn't want to tell them. My brother was going through his own thing. I didn't tell him. And whatever happened. And then, you know, I was driving aimlessly. That day I didn't take a driver. So I went to the Haryana border, came back. I went to, you know, Rajasthan border, came back. Then I was so broken down. And, you know, my car stopped in Chhatarpur in front of a Vipassana center. And I looked up and I said, okay, this is a cue for me. I called a Vipassana. I said, I've always wanted to do Vipassana since I was a kid. I was 12 years old first time when Logicstat farm पे होता था. बाबूजी ने जाने नहीं दिया, मुझे अब करना है. I called them up. Hey, this is हमारा office Nehru place में. I went to, there's another place in Delhi. I went there. They said, ma'am, it starts tomorrow, but session is closed. You can only get admission after 6 months. I said, मैं अभी छलांग मार के मर जाऊंगी. आप मुझे अभी admission दो, नहीं तो मैं तो I'm jumping right now. And he's like, oh my God, she's suicidal. They're calling out so many people. And I got admission next day. I came home and told Mama, कि Mama मुझसे बात मत करो. I'm packing my bags. 10 days के लिए I'm going. There'll be no mobile phone. There'll be no connection. Everyone in the house realized she's going through something very, very huge. My children said, okay, Mama, have a good session. I'm always allowed to travel wherever I want. Children had seen me going for 10 days. So these ladies, when I left the 10 days Vipassana, analyzed myself, quiet with Goenka ji, I realized what a beautiful world I have. I came back and I thanked these 5 women. You know, thank you for being so tough on me. Thank you for making life hell for me. You really taught me the science of life. Today till date, they're no longer on my social media. They're no longer on my phone list because I don't want to be in touch with them because that's okay. They've taught me a lesson and they've moved on. I don't want them to be in touch. Very vaguely, I'm in touch. So these people made me who I am. So thanks to these personal emotional trainers, they come to you and they shake you up and they're like ready to break you, but don't let them break you. When you're grateful to them, just thank. Now we'll read the entire page and you'll understand what I'm talking about. There will be people like this, but please be thankful to them.
Some trainers may test you by provoking you to feel revenge, anger, or hatred. Turn away by looking for the things you love in them. Some trainers may even hit you with guilt, feelings of unworthiness or fear. Don't fall for any of them because negativity of any kind is not good.
Hatred paralyzes life. Love releases it. Hatred confuses life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life. Love illuminates it. How wonderful. So it's all about this. This is how life is. This is said by Martin Luther King Jr. He was a Baptist minister and civil rights leader. So please forget there was something called hate. If you think there was hate in your life, it was past tense. Because now anything which is lack of love is hate. So if you feel hatred for something, say it's lack of love. Tell your children, if they say, I hate this bengan ka sabji, just say, beta, mama, I don't like it. Start telling them to use better words. Hate is a very strong emotion. Stop using this word. Say lack of love. I don't like it. Start using that. Let's read.
If you imagine people in your life as your personal emotional trainer, it will help you with any difficult relationship. It's the tough trainers who make you stronger and determined to choose love no matter what. But they have also given you a message. They are telling you that you've gotten yourself into a negative feeling frequency and you need to feel better or move off it. No one can come into your life and affect you negatively unless you are already ready on the same negative feeling frequency. If you are on a feeling frequency of love, it won't matter how tough or negative someone is. They will not and cannot affect.
Yeah, so don't let people affect you. In fact, please welcome them because they're very important for your growth. Trust me, I'm very thankful to these five ladies. If they hadn't been so tough on me, I would have evolved the way I did. So thanks to people like these. They're very, very important to come in your life. Last paragraph for PETs.
Each person is just doing their job, just as you are doing your job of being a personal emotional trainer to others. There are no enemies. There are only some great people and some tough people who are making you great.
So I believe very strongly that I am a great PET for Shweta Kanudia at least. There was a reason why she and I had to meet. She had to go through my soul journey and to hers in hers. And there's a reason why we met. So I'm not a tough one on her, but I am a great one for her. Similarly, you could have PETs, your own Sangamitras. Maybe I could be your PET, whatever. Basically, we're driving you to become great, to become soulful. That's how it is. Emotionally, I'm challenging you. But your feelings, what you felt about the world, are not how you're supposed to feel. I'm challenging your very beliefs and I'm making you set your new beliefs, enhancing beliefs instead. That's it. So please welcome these PETs. I feel they're the most important people in your life. I feel that. And I really thank those five ladies. Thank you so much today again, once and for all again. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about law of attraction. It is absolutely the only essence in the world, which is the force of love and law of attraction. Let's understand how it sticks to us. Please read.
The law of attraction is a sticky business. The law of attraction is a sticky business. When you are rejoiced in another person's good fortune, their good fortune sticks to you. When you admire or appreciate anything about another person, you are sticking those qualities to yourself. But when you think or discuss negative things about someone else, you're sticking those negative things to you too, and you're putting them into your own life.
So, very important to understand that we have to believe in the law of love. Stop envy, stop jealousy, stop hatred. Just like what you're liking and appreciate that, and you're going to interact with that yourself. Yeah.
The law of attraction is responding to your feelings. Whatever you give, you receive. Or so, if you stick a label on any person, circumstance, or event in life, you are sticking the label on you, and that's what you will receive.
Now, this is fantastic news. Yes.
Now, this is fantastic news because it means you can stick everything you love and want to you by looking for the things you love in other people and saying yes to them with all your heart. The world is your catalog, and when you understand the power of your love, it is a full time job noticing everything you love in other people. But it's the easiest and the best way to change your own whole life. It beats struggle and suffering. All you have to do is notice the things you love in other people and turn away from the things you don't, so you don't give them any feeling. How easy is that?
This is something that Ankita has got it 100% right. She's got this learning from me very clearly, that stop focusing on anything else but only on what matters. So your life is like an Amazon catalog or like a Google. You know, whatever you want, you type there and you get all the answers. You want to buy something, you get the on buying portal. Your information, you get it. So it's like Google, I'd say. That's how your catalog is. That's how life is. Now, when you understand the power of love, that I can just punch in the drama, what I want to unfold, and it'll come unfolding. Now, what the hell? Everything is my world. It's a stage for me to dance. It's my opera. I am the king. I am the artist, right? So when you notice the things that you love, when you find them, then what is there to feel anything bad? You seeing it, you're loving it, you're feeling it. That's it. It's super easy. So stop attracting the bad vibes. Just go for what you really want. Be focused. Taking the first footstep with a good thought, the second with a good word, and the third with a good deed. I entered paradise. So first footstep with a good thought, second with a good word, third with a good deed from the heart. In line, three of them, and you're in paradise. That's what happened with the book of Arda Viraf, which says it's from a Zoroastrian religious text, which I have just never read. But whenever I see this, and I've read a couple of other quotes, they are so profound. It's wonderful. Now, one thing I want you all to shake off from your life is gossip. Shake it off. If you want to be in a spiritual journey, shake it off. People love gossiping. You know, I have my friends as guys, तो रुचिका राठी gossip बताओ. And प्राची से पूछेंगे नहीं, प्राची को तो पता ही नहीं होता, because I don't even believe in it. So when they say, okay, gossip time, okay, guys, I'll take a loo break. Okay, तो गई कहाँ जा रही है? ऐसे जहाँ भी जा रही हूँ, यहाँ नहीं बैठ रही. So gossip is sticky too. Let's understand what it is. You know, why am I saying before the chapter unfolds? Let me tell you. If I'm gossiping about, say, Meenakshi on my screen right now, if I'm gossiping about Meenakshi, my karma, I'm spoiling it. Now, Meenakshi or Shalu or Kiranmai will gossip about me behind my back. I'm spoiling my own self, my own identity. What you give is what you get. If you become a part of Gossip Mongrels, you will be gossiped about. So please understand that loud and clear. Let's read this.
Gossip seems harmless on the surface, but it can cause a lot of negative things in people's lives. Gossip is not giving love. Gossip is giving negativity, and that's exactly what you receive back. Gossip is not harmful to the person who's being spoken of. Gossip harms those gossiping. When you are talking with a family member or a friend and they tell you about some negative thing that someone said or did, they are gossiping and they are giving out negativity. As you listen to them, you are giving out negativity too, because you are a feeling being and you can't hear negative things without your feelings dropping rapidly. When you talk with a work colleague at lunch and you both talk negatively about someone, you are gossiping and you are giving out negativity. You can't talk about or hear negativity and have good feelings. So, put it frankly, we need to be mindful of not sticking our nose in other people's business, because their business will get stuck on our nose unless you want it in your life. Turn away from it without feeling anything. You will not only be good, you will not only be doing yourself a favor, but you will also be doing the other people a favor. You who don't realize the negative effect gossip can have on their lives.
So
If you
please,
find
one second. So please understand that gossip is really horrible. Whether you say it's for fun, whether you say it doesn't harm, it is always harmful. So one thing is, you want to say something about somebody, say in front of her or him, not behind the back. Anything. Okay, so now the fundamental about gossip I'll teach you. So imagine yourself when you're having a conversation. Is it affecting you? Is it affecting her? Is it making any good to anybody? Ask yourself 2, 3, 4 questions. If your answer is affirmation, go for it. If your answer is no, मुझे फायदा नहीं हो रहा, उसको फायदा नहीं हो रहा, जिसको बता रही उसको फायदा नहीं हो रहा, जिसके बारे में बता रही उसको फायदा नहीं हो रहा, what's the point? You want to appreciate behind the back? Please go ahead. The world's your stage. Or talk about him or her as much as you want. उसको भी तो मालूम पड़े, अरे उस दिन शैली मुझे ये पता मेरे बारे में बोल रही थी, how wonderful. That is good. My sister telling me, दीदी आपने क्या मैजिक किया, पापा बोल रहे थे कि प्राची ने ये सिस्टम बना दिया फैक्ट्री में, ये कर दिया, झंडे गाड़ दिए. पापा didn't tell me. Now that's good. That's not gossip. That's appreciation. पापा ने मुझे आज तक नहीं बोला. नानी बाबूजी ने बोला, Kagesh ji, my brother-in-law told me, my sister told me, my mom told me, but dad didn't tell me. And that's good. But if Papa says, no, she's stupid, he takes such stupid decisions in factory, I don't like her culture, he doesn't do that. He tells me on my face, you take a stupid decision. So that's great. So please do that. Dear Sangha, stay away from gossip, because if you want to be with me in a spiritual journey, this is the least I expect from you. Stay away from gossip. Please conclude this section.
Yeah. If you find yourself gossiping or listening to a gossip, stop mid-sentence and say, but I'm so grateful that, and finish the sentence with something good about the person being gossiped about.
Now that's your lifeline. Galti se bhi galti se nikal gaya negativity. Just use a camouflage line, but she's such a wonderful person. I love her. She's so excellent. Or this quality about her, oh, I love it. Or this thing about him, he's such a go-to person. Whatever. Quickly change it so that you don't say that negative thing. And you know what I'll tell you? The world is such a gossip place. What you've said good thing, they will not tell that person that good thing. जो तुमसे गलती से निकला है ना, वो उसको मालूम पड़ जाएगा. And especially when people say, ना, यार ये बात हमारे अंदर रहनी चाहिए, this should not go to anybody. 100% it will go. You've given them the kingdom. If they're spiritual beings, is different. Otherwise, it's got, oh yeah, she told me this, I better do it. Women, oh, they love it. Kiddie parties. There's a reason I haven't joined a single kiddie party in 21 years. Because I hate gossip. And I'm using the word hate because it's a strong word, but I should not use it. So I have to say, I don't love gossip. I dislike gossip. All right. If a man speaks or acts with an evil thought, pain follows him. If a man speaks or acts with pure thought, happiness follows him. Like a shadow that never leaves him, says Gautam Buddha. How wonderful. Now let's talk about your reaction. What are you choosing? So remember, choice is always there. You always have a choice. Always. Remember that. Now, what are you choosing? Let's understand. And how are we reacting? Let's understand.
Your reaction chooses it. Life is presenting every person and circumstance to you, so you can choose what you love and what you don't love. When you react to anything, you are reacting with your feelings, and as you do, you are choosing it. Your reaction, whether good or bad, sticks it to you, and in effect, you are saying you want more of it. And so it's important to watch how you react in your relationships, because whether you react with good or bad feelings, they are the feelings you are giving, and you will receive more of the same circumstances to make you feel that way.
So obviously, whatever we're choosing, that's the result we're getting. Our effect is similar. You're choosing good things will feel. You're choosing bad things will feel. So if a lady is choosing somebody else's happiness over her own happiness, or a man is choosing, he can't feel good. In the sacrificial moment, no, he can't feel good. So what will you do? You'll attract more of that negativity, and that's what's going to come your way. So your choice depends upon what you're choosing. Let's read further.
If a person says or does something and you find yourself feeling upset, offended, or angry, do your best to change the negative reaction right away. Simply being aware that you reacted negatively takes the power out of the negative feelings immediately and can even stop them. But if you feel as though the negative feelings have a grip on you, it is the best to walk away and spend a couple of minutes looking for the things you love, one after the another, until you feel much better. You can use anything you love to make you feel better, like listening to your favorite music, imagining the things you love, or doing something you love. You can also think about the things you love in the person who upset you. This might be challenging, but if you can do it, it is the fastest way to feel better. It's also the fastest way to become the master of your feelings.
That's what I did last night, right? I just thought I'll get upset कि मेरी वजह से रुचिका has lost face. मुझे ये नहीं फर्क पड़ा कि संजय सर की गलती की वजह से मेरा ऐसा नाम खराब हो गया. मुझे क्या लगा, poor girl, she invited so many people, and because of my foolishness, this has happened. I was feeling bad for her, but then dip करने की जगह I switched myself. So switch emotions, switch actions, switch words, switch music, whatever makes you feel good. Switch, just switch. Switch is the button, right? On off करना हमारे हाथ में. अगर हम off हो जाए उसको on करना हमारे हाथ में. So just switch. A man who's a master of himself can end a sorrow as he can invent a pleasure. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, enjoy them, and dominate them. So please invent goodness because only goodness will unfold. Ultimately, that's what life is all about, says Oscar Wilde. Let's read about You Can Change.
You can change any negative situation in your life, but you can't change it with bad feelings. You have to react differently to the situation because if you keep reacting negatively, your bad feelings will magnify and multiply the negativity. When you give good feelings, the positivity magnifies and multiplies. Even if you can't imagine how a particular situation can change into something positive, it can. The force of love always finds a way.
Yeah, I think we all really know this very like loud and clear. Now let's talk about love. How love protects us. How love becomes a shield around us. How wonderful. It's beautiful. Let's talk about it.
Love is a shield to take the power out of other people's negativity and not be affected by it. Remember the magnetic fields of feelings surrounding each person. There is a field of love, joy, happiness, gratitude, excitement, passion, and a field for every good feeling. There's also a field of anger, discouragement, frustration, hate, desire for revenge, fear, and a field for every negative feeling. A
Yeah.
person surround,
So
a
I think
person
it's very
surround,
clear. One second. It's very clear
yeah, yeah.
that all of us have a field of love, joy, happiness, gratitude, excitement, passion, anything in the good feeling zone above the line. We all have it. And we also have a field of anger, disappointment, frustration, hate, worry, revenge, fear, sadness. We have them both. Now, how do we switch is the most important thing. These are magnetic fields that we already have. Which part do we want to become? Let's talk about that. Let's understand.
A person surrounded by a magnetic field or of anger doesn't feel good at all. One second, the messages are coming. And so, if you come into their presence, they will most likely direct their anger at you. They don't mean to harm you, but they can't see anything good when they are looking at the world through their field of anger. All they can see are things that anger them. And because they can only see anger, they are likely to get angry and hurl anger at the first person they see, often a loved one. Does this situation sound familiar?
I think we all got the situation, right? In life, we have these challenges every now and then. We all the time keep going to them. How do we switch? Let's understand. Next page, please.
If you're feeling fantastic, the force of your magnetic field creates a shield that no negativity can penetrate. And so it won't matter what negativity anyone hurls at you. It cannot touch you and it will bounce right off your feeling field without affecting you at all.
So again, if you look at the right side, there's this human body and it's got an aura around it. It's a magnetic field around or him, right? Now, what do you want to enter? What do you want to develop? Completely depends upon me. If I'm feeling fantastic, like really great, the force of magnetic field will create a shield around me. Negativity can't come, even if situations coming going to become negative, is going to come close by, it'll get propelled because I am in such a high feeling zone. For example, imagine the COVID virus has to enter through this layer. But if I'm all about positivity, how will it enter? It'll just get propelled back. But if the same aura is dark, so when it's white, it's light. It's like a bright aura. When it's dark, the shades of gray, that means it's just becoming bad to worse. So when I'm feeling low, depressed, worrisome, fearsome, this negativity can enter me so easily, right? Because I'm attracting it. So the COVID virus will come to me and I'll feel really, really, really sick. But even if 1% the COVID virus gets through this aura somehow, it will not affect me because I'm in a high frequency zone. So please create your magnetic field, create a shield around you that nothing negative can come. Nothing. Even if you're driving in a car at 150 speed, If you have such a magnetic field around you, your car is protected, nothing will happen. No accidents will emerge. Otherwise, a trailer or truck will come and you'll be finished. So it depends upon how you are. Let's read the next paragraph.
On the other hand, if a person hurls something negative at you and you feel what they say, then you know that your feelings must have dropped because the negativity broke through your feeling field. There's only one thing to do if this happens, and that is to find an excuse to politely walk away so you can restore yourself with good feelings. Two negative fields multiply at a rapid rate when they come into contact with each other, and no good can ever come to it. You will know this from your own life experience. Two negative fields together are not a pretty sight.
Imagine a couple in a public. तुमने ऐसा किया, तुमने ऐसा किया, तुमने ऐसा किया. Would you want to have a dinner meal with them? Like, oh my God, I can't go with them. They're such a, they're all the time fighting. I can't go with them. It's such a negative cloud around. And then you have one couple, oh my God, like PDA chal raha hai, so much of love, and oh my God, this couple is also mad, so much in love. Hum to left out ho jate. So what do you want? You want like-minded people who you attract, right? So two positive people are a wonderful force to reckon with. But two negative fields together are just so ugly. They're not pretty. So please understand, walk away from negativity. Just forget. Whenever somebody is talking negative or they're bitching or they're gossiping, just walk away. Because you don't want to attract that at all in your vibe. Muddy water, let's stand, becomes clear. Say Lao Tzu, how wonderful. हमने कहा बचपन में इतनी बार कहानी सुनी है ना कि घड़ा दिया दो शिष्य को पानी लाने के लिए टूटा हुआ था. What is happening when you keep the muddy water just as is? It's so dirty, it's so full of grit. It becomes still for a while. All the mud will settle down and clear drinkable water will come on top. That's how we're supposed to work on ourselves. And that's what Taoism is all about. That's what Buddhism is all about. So understand, the more you go deeper, the more you give yourself time to grow, you will become crystal clear that what is your purpose. And that's what we are all here for. Let's read it further.
If you are feeling sad, disappointed, frustrated, or any negative feeling, then you are looking at the world through that feeling field. And the world will look sad, disappointing, or frustrating to you. You cannot see anything good through a field of bad feelings. Not only is your negative field attracting more negativity to itself, but you will never see your way out of any problem until you change the way you feel. Changing the way you feel is easy compared to running around trying to change the circumstance of the outside world. All the physical action in the world cannot change the situation. Change your feelings, and the outside circumstances will change.
So whenever something is upsetting in your life, whenever something is upsetting, and this will come, okay, just sit down quietly. Take 3 deep, it's a magical fundamental I'm giving you. Wherever you are, just breathe deep thrice. You have the count, no? 7 plus 7 plus 14, whatever you want to do. You want to do 5 plus 10 plus 15 or whatever works for you. You just center yourself, align yourself, and just say, I am relaxed. I'm relaxed. And just ask your higher self, or just ask your subconscious mind, that what is in it for me? What lesson do I have to learn? Quickly you'll get an answer. If no answer, at least you'll have settled down. Don't give the power to others. The power should always be with you. Not to your child, not to your parent, not to your partner, not to anyone. The power is from within, but we cannot receive it unless we give it. So if you give the internal power more acceleration, amplification, it will grow. You give power to somebody else, it will grow. So change your feelings is what is required to handle the world. Don't change the world. Change yourself, your perception towards the world, and the world will change. Because the world is your reflection. It's not what you think the world is. So if you think what the world is negative, it's because you're negative. So think about it. What are you reflecting? Every person will become your own projection. If you're seeing something negative in somebody, it's because you have those negative qualities. If you're seeing something positive in that person, it's because you have these positive qualities. So please understand the science. Let's go further.
When someone is surrounded by a magnetic field of joy, You can feel their joy touch you from across the room. People who are popular and who have magnetic personalities are simply people who feel good most of the time. The field of joy that surrounds them is so magnetic that it draws everybody and everything to them. The more you give love and feel good, the more magnetic your field becomes and the more it expands, drawing everything and everyone you love to you. Imagine that.
So again, very, very important to understand where we are coming from, what's happening in our life. Uh, One second, ma'am, I want you to check the screenshots. One person has left the call. I want to know who this person is. I don't think we should allow the person to come tomorrow on the call because she or he has left without telling us. So I don't appreciate such students or course seekers. Muskan ma'am, please take a shot and see who's left the call. Thank you. So the more you give love and feel good, the more magnetic your field becomes and the more it expands, drawing everything and everyone you love to you. Imagine that. How wonderful. Start giving love, start feeling good, and the world will become magnetic. Whatever you want, you'll attract. Like I'm attracting only good course seekers. I don't want the laid back benchers. Even I'm seeing people who right now just switched off cameras. You may have paid for second series. So Puneet Bansal, please speak to me why the cameras are off. You're a very dear friend of mine. I love you so much, but I don't appreciate the cameras being off. Kirti, why is your camera off? I know you're a doctor. Kainat, Gitika, why are your cameras off? You anyways not moving on to the second batch, but I need to understand why the cameras are off all the time. I don't understand this culture. Monica Agnihotri, you have asked me to join the new batch, but if your cameras are off, you will not be eligible. I'm sorry. Please understand this very clearly. I only want my energy to be there. Let's talk. Let's read this last bit. Love is a power that connects everything. Let's read this. In fact, let's read it tomorrow. Let's read this tomorrow. So thank you so much on having this beautiful front. Let's have a meditation. It's very important for all of us to realize I'm not doing this out of strictness. I'm doing this because you have to be with me in the moment. If you and I can't have energy exchange, how do I work? Right now I'm seeing Raviji, Dipali, Alif Vyas, Alona. I can see Sangeet. I can see your energy. But if I see the other ones who are blank screens, it doesn't work for me. So let's understand. Let's check our postures. Feet firmly face the ground below. Eyes closed, a smile on our faces, and our back straight. Our hands in a journey grip, if possible, or facing the heavens above. Let's inhale a deep breath. Let's align ourselves and center ourselves. Feel yourself being centered and aligned. And gradually exhale, feeling yourself centered and aligned. Inhale once more and feel all the love in the world entering you. Love for the air that we breathe in, love for the nature, love for water, love for food, love for everything that is energy, and the world is energy. Exhale so gently. Give the world a lot of love because the world is full of love and needs much more of it. Inhale peace. Feel the peace permeating in every part of your being. I'm at peace with myself, with who I am, the new me. I love me. Let's exhale peace. Life is wonderful. Life is magnificent. Life is beautiful. Such a blessing to be living this life. A life of my dreams. A life where I have my me time, my magical mornings, my hours of creation. I study deep inside, go inward. Once I go inward and I find the magic, automatically my business, my life will be chopped out because I have found the wisdoms of pearl in my morning hours. The earlier I wake up, the better I am. I am creating my life. I am listening to my manifestations, feeling them, loving them, seeing them come true in my mental vision. I'm hearing my affirmations, feeling so good because I am power and I meditate. A tranquil music helps me. Feelings come and go, it's fine, let them flow. I'm just centering and aligning myself, realizing that I am aware. Life is truly a blessing. I'm not right now deterred by what's going around me. It's okay, that's a part of the cosmic world. I'm only counting my blessings and I'm healing the people who need the healing because I am a super healer. I know that my body heals itself every single night. The first thing when I wake up, I have to rush to the loo because my body has healed, detoxing every single negativity that my body doesn't need. My eyes have something, my mouth has a smell because I'm detoxing, I'm healing. So if I heal internally, can't I synergize this energy and heal people around me? Heal people whoever needs my healing. So I feel that I am a super healer. And all I have to do is heal them, is bring them into my being. Think about them, whichever part of the world they're in, whichever continent, and just give healing. And I generically heal because I know my healings are required in the world to increase the frequency and vibration. And so it is. I thank my beautiful body for being aligned. I now rub my hands in gratitude. I bless my body, my conscious, subconscious, my face, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, my neck, my foot pipe, my shoulders, my arms, my upper back, middle back, lower back, hips, my lungs. I feel my heartbeat. This is where I feel from. How wonderful. I bless my liver, my stomach, my kidneys, my gallbladder, my intestines, my uterus, my sexual organs, my excretory organs, my thighs, my knees, my calves, my heels, my soles, coming to my feet, toe, fingernails. I now fold my hand in front of my heart and I feel the immense love for my body which works so beautifully, my blood circulation system, my bones, my beautiful organs, my muscles, tissues, fibers, the protection layer of my skin, the blood that flows in me. I'm so thankful to all of you for giving me this beautiful gift of health. And now, with all my heart, I wish the same health, wealth, and happiness and joy to the world that needs it. So I share my light. I share my light so beautifully. I share my love and I heal the world. Let's all be the healers for our Sangha, their loved ones, and the world that needs. Whoever is suffering, whether plant kingdom, animal kingdom, or human kingdom, may everyone find peace, joy, and happiness. Let health shine on all. Let there be abundance of oxygen around us. Let us be the carriers and channels of love, light, and blessings. And so it is. Infinite love for our world around us. Nisha, Rajni, Pratima ji, Shalu, Neha, I can't see. Mudita, Meenakshi, Ankita Akshay, Anju, Sudha, Poonam, Reena, Shelly, Radhika, Archana, Ayushi, Sunita, Sangeeta, Raviji, Alithya, Alona, Shweta, Veena, Shelly, Sunita, Ayush, Rachna, Janya, Radhika, Again, same people, Monish, Dipali. And to the others, Sneha, Puneet, Niyati, Payal, Kritika, Kainat, Sapna, Monica, Muskan ma'am, Kirti. And to one person, who's this? Anika Kapahi. I can see her forehead and I'm like trying to see like this as if I can go inside the screen. So lots of love, light and blessings to each one of you. Have a wonderful day and a brilliant life. And if any questions, I'm happy to answer you. Those who want to leave can leave. We can do quick reflections if any questions if any. Yes, ma'am. What do you mean by ma'am, Ankita Akshay? Prachi, these good enough. Don't graduate yourselves to ma'am. I'm not a ma'am to anyone. Where are the 6 layers on us? So, okay, that's very deep. Let me tell you. So, we have 7 chakras like this, and we have 7 layers like this. So, I don't know if you've seen the aura. There are aura healers. So, you have aura around you. So, you are in the middle. Your human body is the most low in the realms. So, you've got aura around in front of you, inside you. So, I mean, I don't know if I can say more on this platform, but yes, we have 6 layers like this, and 6 layers like this, like from inside to outside, outside to inside, however you want to call it, and 7 from top to bottom or bottom to top, however. So that's how we are. So there's a plus sign in a way, this is how you're going, and this is how you're going. So just that's how we are. And unfortunately, we are, and how are these 7 layers combined? There's only one point of contact, your Ajna chakra, your third eye chakra. So there's this line which connects from all the 7. That's it. Lot is going to come your way. Abhi to bahut starting. I don't want to confuse people by talking about spirituality too much. But this is very simple. You're interested, go Google it, you'll find so much. What do these layers do around your body? They're your aura. So if you're feeling good, you're intensifying your aura. Your other layers can feel it. So this book that Ayushi has gifted me does speak about it in a way. So yeah, it is very beautiful, of course. And I don't know, क्या होने वाला है आगे मुझे नहीं पता. We already have unified. Maybe we'll start doing some spiritual books there. Even maybe that will become a continued session. But for that, we have to graduate. So a lot of you who are ready for it, that's why I invited you, handpicked you for the journey. So all right. Thank you so much, Reena, for reading beautifully for us. Oh, I forgot my beautiful heart thought. Let's see what's come. Okay, let's see what comes our way. Relationships. We are all teachers and students. Ask yourself, what did I come here to learn? And what did I come here to teach? All of my relationships are enveloped in a circle of love. Page number 183. So that's our activation for the day. All of my relationships are enveloped in a circle of love. So with this, we have a cue, the magical divine cue that life's wonderful. So let's go for it. Thank you so much, Muskan ma'am, for hosting. You bring a smile on my face. Thank you, Ritesh sir. I hope your father is better. I know you may be hearing us, may not be. Thank you, Sanjay sir, for having our back. Thank you, Amrita, for sharing the assignments. And thank you, Shweta, for being my go-to girl. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I shall connect with you all super soon. But yes, we're beginning a magic book properly, a half-hour session, crisp session on 10th. Whoever wishes can join. The link will be shared. And I'm going to try and get Rupal back on it. Maybe she'll read for us. She needs to come back. I have a strong thing for that girl. I don't know why, but I do have it. Nonetheless, see you all soon, super soon, and we'll check each other on tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock. Thank you, everyone, for your love, light, and abundance. Be blessed. Thank you.